Hi Cancer, welcome to February and happy Valentine's Day. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy. So this month we have a full moon in Leo on the 9th of February. Then there's Valentine's on the 14th, and then right after that Mercury goes retrograde on the 16th in Pisces. And it goes back into Aquarius and then goes forward in March. And then we have a new moon, in Pisces, which is favorable to your sign, and that's on February 23rd. So let's see what the cards have to say, and we'll get into the astrology later. What does Cancer need to know about love and relationships for the month of February 2020? I'm really in another year today. What does Cancer need to know about love and relationships for the year 2020, February? I've got to retrain my brain for 2020. So what's coming up for Cancer, February 2020, in terms of love and relationships? The Knight of Swords, the Hangman, the Five of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Swords, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Death card. Okay, let's see. Now, death doesn't mean death. I mean physical death. But it does mean change, and change is coming. Okay, so you start the month out with the Knight of Swords energy crossed by the Hangman. So you might be feeling a little bit anxious or restless at the beginning of the month. You may have felt like your life was in limbo. The Hangman is about feeling stuck or feeling like things are not moving. And this Knight of Swords energy is... The energy is, I want to do something, I want to take action, I don't care. It's a restless energy where you're not really looking where you're going. So you could be, this could be your energy, it could be someone that you're dealing with. You could be dealing with an air sign. What's air? Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You could also be dealing with water signs. You have the Knight of Cups here, which would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I feel like this could be your energy, that you're wanting things to start happening, and you're really thinking about giving something up for something better, making a sacrifice, because the Hangman is about looking at things from a different perspective, and making a sacrifice, because you're not totally unhappy where you are in your life. So you might be in a relationship that's just okay, but it's not exactly what you're wanting, or you might be in a career situation that's just okay. And the Hangman is about leaving something behind because something better is being offered to you. And you want to move on toward that better thing. It could be a new relationship or a new offer that comes in. And it could even be a job, because I'm seeing some career cards here too. A new path, a new beginning. But you have to do a lot of thinking. You're really going to be weighing your options in February. Because whatever you're leaving, whatever you're giving up, it's not a no-brainer situation. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm totally miserable, I'm just going to move to this great new thing. It's going to be something where, like, well, I kind of like where I'm at. Yeah, this new thing is offering me something that seems exciting, but I'm not totally unhappy with what I have now. So it's kind of like the devil you know versus the devil you don't know, you know. In the past, you have this Five of Cups. So you might be, some of you might have been feeling a sense of loss over a relationship. Maybe a relationship ended, or a certain cycle in your life has ended, and you were kind of drowning in your sorrows or having a sense of regret over the past. Because this person is focusing on their losses, and, you know, maybe a love relationship ended or something something that brought you sorrow, but you still have these 2 cups, but you're not looking at what's left in the picture. So if a relationship ended, there might be other people around you that you could get involved in, but you weren't looking at those opportunities. You were just focusing on what you lost. And I think that might be starting to change in February, because I'm seeing these aces come in. In the recent past, you have the Ace of Pentacles. That's a card that could be like a job offer. So you might have had some new, because this is a card of financial support, money coming in, opportunity. You might have been offered, you might be offered something that brought in more financial abundance to you. And sometimes it's a card of regret too. So I don't know if you've regretted certain decisions you made in the past. You're having a sense of regret over how things turned out. Maybe something was offered you and you didn't jump on it, or maybe you did jump on it and you're kind of regretting it. But I feel like you're ready for another new beginning. But you're still, here's the King of Swords. Now this could be someone that you're dealing with. It could be an air sign. But it could also be, and this person who's, if it represents a person in your life, it could be someone that you perceive as harsh and judgmental. Maybe they're a little hard on you. But it could also be, could be a legal situation that you have to deal with. But it could also be that you're trying to make a decision and you're having to separate what's real from what's not real. Really weigh the options. I feel like you have 2 offers coming in, or 2 opportunities. So it could be like 2 relationships. You have potential to go this direction or that direction. And you're trying to figure out, well, which one do I want? Which one would be right for me? And that could be, do I stay where I'm at? Like if you're in a relationship, do I stay with this current relationship? Or do I look at this new opportunity? Because there is a romantic proposal coming. Just so you know, this Knight of Cups is an offer. Or it could be 2 people. Which do I, because you have these 2 cups here. Do I choose this person or that person? Maybe a relationship ended in the past that brought you a lot of sorrow, but you're kind of coming out of that time. And now you have your options. Like, what do I choose? Do I choose this or that? So you're thinking really carefully. You're also reviewing the past. And trying to decide what the best course of option, or what the best path would be for you. This Knight of Cups energy can also be someone who has, like let's say a relationship ended because someone decided they wanted to move on to something else. And now they had a sense of regret because of the choice they made, and they want to come back into your life. It's like, I'm sorry, I was wrong. I know that you're the person, I should have never left you, and they may want a second chance. This is another possibility. And so you're weighing the options again, like, do I take this person back? Because, they hurt me in the past, I don't know, can I trust them? Because you have the 7 of Swords here, there could have been some infidelity. You're not sure you trust them, you're not sure they're being honest with you. 7 of Swords energy is a sneaky kind of energy, where someone's like hiding, like they're not telling you the whole story, or there are things that they're leaving out. There's like some sneaky energy or covert energy involved. And for some of you, it could be that you're in a relationship and you might be seeing someone on the side, or you have 2 choices and they don't know about each other. You're keeping your plans secret. I'm not saying you're all cheating, no. This is a general reading, so it's whatever your plans are, though, you're keeping them under wraps. Like you're telling people what you're thinking, what your plans are. You're just doing a lot of thinking right now. You have this Ace of Wands here. This is a card of a new beginning that can be really exciting, but you're afraid to take action. It's in your fear sector. It's like, well, I have this opportunity. Here's this, but something is holding you back. It's like a fear of taking action. Maybe you're afraid of what you need to give up to accept this new offer. You're not really sure you want to give up your current lifestyle or your current situation. in your environment, you have the Three of Cups. Now this card, it could mean parties, celebration, birth, family, getting together with people that are supportive, getting together with friends. There could be a party in the offing or some type of celebration, and you might be connecting with people. But it could also mean a third-party situation, because you have the Seven of Swords here. So some of you there might be two choices. It's not like, so you have to choose. And you're keeping your plans and your feelings secret right now because you're still deciding. But you have the Death card here. So this is telling me that you're going to realize this month that a certain cycle in your life is over, has ended. And it's time to release it. So if in the past you were focusing on a relationship that ended, or some kind of sorrow that you experienced in the past, some type of loss of love or loss of a relationship, it's time to bury that. It's time to admit, okay, that cycle is dead. That part of me is over. That time in my life is done. It's time for me to clear that out and make room for a new beginning, because you have it right here. It's there for you. You just have to accept it. You have to be willing to move forward on it. This the Death card means, it's kind of like, not so much in this card, but your life is changing and transforming. But in some cards, it's almost like you have to kind of bless the past. Release the past and say, okay, yes, this was a great time in my life, but now that cycle is over. The Death card is an ending of a cycle, and it's preparing for spring. It's like clear out the dead wood, clear out the dead leaves in your life, and be open to spring, because this card is spring. This is a time card for March, April, May. So this spring, you could have an opportunity for a new beginning in a relationship, or a new beginning in an old relationship. Someone that you knew from the past, maybe, that's coming back into your life. You might be connecting through a party or some kind of celebration or get together. And it's time for change. It's time for a new beginning. And it's going to mean making a sacrifice and giving something up. Maybe something that you've been attached to for a long time. But you know that this new opportunity is good for you. On some level you know it, but you're also afraid of it. And you don't trust it. A part of you doesn't trust it. But it's coming. So give it a lot of thought. There are new beginnings on the horizon. But it's going to involve releasing the past and releasing the old cycle. And, making room for the new. So let's see what the astrology has to say. So your full moon in Leo, for you, Cancer, is happening in your 2nd house and your 8th house. So that's your money houses. So something is coming to completion around finance, money, material, the things that you value, even your own self-esteem. The 2nd house is the house of self-worth. With Leo there, it's time for you to show your gifts, to show who you are, and to take a bow for your talents. And don't hide your light under a bushel, or, you need to shine. You need to allow yourself to shine. And you need to allow, you need to really make decisions about finances. If you've had some struggles financially, maybe you need to create some kind of financial plan. Or you need to get a job that pays more money. Maybe you've been accepting too little in job, in love, in relationships, in everything. It's time for you to value yourself. What am I worth? Am I getting paid what I'm worth? Am I getting the love that I deserve? And if the answer is no, maybe it's time to make some changes and move on to something, to either a new relationship that values you more, that gives you the love you need, or it's even a new job that pays better, that helps you, your financial situation. Mars is going through your 6th house. And this moon is, it's trine Mars, so it's got favorable energy. Mars is supporting the moon. Or the moon will be connecting with Mars. It's like, the moon is at 20 degrees and Mars is at 20 degrees Leo. Mars is at 25 degrees Sag. So it's a little bit wide of an orb, not too much, but eventually the moon, after it becomes full, is going to move and connect with Mars. So with Mars in your 6th house, you could be working really hard. You've been a lot of work, and maybe it's been stopping you from having relationships because you've been working so hard. The 6th house is the house of work, service. It's also the house of health. So if you're overworking, you could have some health issues crop up that you need to take care of. You need to take action. You can't keep sweeping them under the rug. So it could be something that you need to take care of. And you're going to do that, but it'll be fine. Then you have Neptune and Mercury. Neptune is in conjunct the full moon. So Neptune in the 9th house. The 9th house is the house of beliefs. And it's about teaching, learning. It's about what do I believe? What is my knowledge? So you might be thinking about, it's also about travel. I feel like with Neptune, you might be confused about what you believe, or you might be, sometimes it can bring intuitive knowledge, like you're downloading information, and you're not sure where it's coming from. And maybe you're not even sure, you're questioning your beliefs. You're having a little bit of confusion. For some of you, you might be feeling really intuitive and psychic and downloading information. For others, it may be confusion around your beliefs. Especially because Mercury is in there, in the 9th house. Mercury is the planet of communication. But in Pisces, and then going retrograde, and connecting with Neptune, which it will eventually. Right now it's at 8 degrees Pisces, and Neptune's at 17. But at some point, it's going to hook up and get closer. There could be some misunderstandings or communication snafus. So make sure if you're communicating that you're very clear about your intentions, that you're explaining yourself well, because people might misinterpret what you're saying. And maybe your thoughts, you are going through some type of a confusing time, trying to make a decision and you're not sure. So that's why this card is here, this Knight, this King of Swords is about taking time to really think. Like, don't jump into something without giving it a lot of careful consideration, without weighing the pros and cons, making the lists. And with Mercury retrograde, you might be rethinking some decisions that you've made recently. You might be reconnecting with people from the past. But it's telling you not to make any major life changes while Mercury is retrograde. So even though there might be an opportunity coming, wait till March when Mercury goes direct and when it's in Aries before you make a decision, because then it'll be, it won't be surrounded by so much confusion and emotion, because Pisces is can be confusing, and you could be making decisions based on emotions and not logic, or you could be idealizing an option, seeing it and not in its true light, and seeing people not in their true colors. So just give it time. Don't rush into anything. That's another thing. The Hangman is about something progressing slowly, having patience. This is like anxious, impatient energy, and this is patience. Be patient. All good things will come to you, but don't make any hasty decisions that you might regret. Take your time, really think about it before you take action. The North Node is in your 1st house of Cancer, and it's trining Mercury. Mercury's trining the North Node. So this is a good time to think about going back to school, doing your research, maybe not committing yet, but do your research, figure out what you need to learn to advance in your career. You have Saturn and Pluto still going through your 7th house, so it's your relationships are changing on deep levels. You're learning responsibility. You're learning the reality. You're seeing your partnerships in a more real, from a more real place, realistic place. And with Pluto there, sometimes when Pluto goes through the 7th house, it can bring powerful people into your life. People that affect you on a deep level, that can actually transform your life. You can have really intense relationships. And sometimes relationships feel very heavy when Saturn is there, because you have a lot of responsibility. You have to, you have to do things for your partner, and it may feel like a burden. But I feel like that this month, with the full moon in Leo, it's time for you to really think about your self-worth and not be afraid to shine. Not be afraid to show, to express your creativity, to show your value, to show your gifts, and to get compensated for those gifts. Either through your career, by being paid what you're worth, or through relationship, by being loved. You know, don't settle for less this month. You might also be concerned with children. Leo is about children and play and having some fun. Maybe you've been all work and no play, and you need to bring more fun back into your life. You know, you're worth it. Bring more fun back into your life. If you have a chance to connect with people, reach out and connect. So then the new moon in Pisces, that happens on February 23rd, and that's at 4 degrees Pisces. That's happening in your 9th house. So there could be some new beginning that relates to either higher education, going back to school, travel, maybe you're deciding to take a trip. It's just that you have to get out of your comfort zone. And this is giving you an opportunity to branch out and to explore new things. Maybe to travel, or maybe to learn about or connecting with someone from a foreign country. Maybe the person you're connecting with in a romantic relationship is someone very different from you, who has very different beliefs, who had a very different history growing up, you know, very different background. So you could be connecting with someone very unique, very communicative, because Mercury's there. And Mars is in your 7th house by this new moon. So the action, you're going to be the energy is on partnership. Wherever Mars falls in your chart, as it transits your chart, that's where your energy is. That's where your focus is. So you're going to be focused on relationship. And that could be committed relationship. Maybe you're looking for a commitment, or you're looking to find a soulmate if you're not in one. If you are in a relationship, then maybe you might be arguing, there might be some conflict around relationships. It could also be, Mars can also relate to business partnerships too. So you're taking action. You're making sure that your relationships are everything they need to be. And Mars is giving you the courage to work hard and to form the type of commitment, whether it's business or personal, that you want, that's going to advance your life and enhance your life. Uranus is sextile this new moon, and from the 11th house. So there could be some surprises coming out of the house of friendship. The 11th house is the house of friendships, hopes, dreams, the groups you belong to. So somewhere out of your, you could have an unexpected opportunity to connect with someone, like you're finding your soul tribe, or you're finding the people that you really resonate with. There might be some changes in your friendships even. Like maybe some of the people that you are friends with are no longer satisfying, and you want something more exciting. You want to be connecting with people that are more innovative or more progressive. Because Uranus is about freedom and free spirit and, you know, thinking outside the box, technology, doing things in a new and different way. So you could have some exciting things happen out of the blue. Maybe you're reconnecting with friends you haven't seen in a long time. And that could lead to some type of relationship. Venus is in the 10th house at this full moon, and it's squaring Jupiter in your 7th. So now, Jupiter going through your 7th house is giving you an opportunity to really connect with a partner who is good for you, that brings optimism and positive energy. Venus in the 10th, this love, it could be that you're really loving the work that you do. It's becoming more creative. You could meet a love interest through the work that you do on the job. It could mean that you're getting along better with your coworkers. But Venus is also, the 10th house is very public. So if you meet someone in February, if you start a relationship in February, it's going to be very public. Everyone's going to know about it because you can't hide how you feel. And the only thing about Venus and Jupiter, it's not, you know, they're the only two planets that the square is not really that bad. The only thing that you have to watch out for is excess. Excess spending, excess eating, excess, you know, because Venus and Jupiter are like the party planets, you know. Let's eat, drink, and be merry. Let's like go out on a shopping spree. You know, Jupiter's the gambler. So you might be feeling really good. If you meet someone that really excites you, you might be feeling really good and you're just spending money all over the place. Or you're going out to eat and you're going here and you're going there and you're just not thinking about where your money's going. So just be careful of that. Other than that, I think that there's an opportunity for love in February, or at least an opportunity for a new beginning, if you're willing to let go of the past, if you're willing to trust it and not fear it. And you may have to make some choices. But you're coming into a good time. Spring should be a time of change for you, where you're releasing stagnant energy, you're releasing the past, and you're moving on to something better. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Cancer. And if you want a private reading, just click on the link in the description box and we can get you on the schedule. In the meantime, I want to say thank you, everyone, for supporting this channel. If you liked the video and it resonated with you, please click on the like button or the subscribe button. If you're new, welcome. And thank you for those who have left comments and ordered readings. Thank you for your support. I wouldn't be here without you. And I am happy to have you as a fan or subscriber, part of the tribe, part of the team. So, Cancer, I wish you a happy Valentine's Day. I wish you much love, much abundance, and only good things coming your way this month in February. So I will talk to you again. I hope you enjoy February. I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.